All right, it is currently 7:55 p.m. At least at the time of recording this video. You're probably gonna watch this video later on in the evening or maybe the next day. I don't know, but it's currently just the evening, and I've kind of just been relaxing myself as of right now. I have stuff to do during the day, so I only get to record videos in the evening. And so, yeah, that's what it is today. But honestly, it's the last day of July, so I decided I want to take a little bit of a step back. Instead of just like giving you guys some crazy topic that takes like hours of research or takes me time to go make. I kind of just want to like relax a bit because I'm be honest with y'all, the month of July has been crazy, and not just in terms of stuff like I've covered. I mean, we covered the T app, which was literally a security disaster. I'm not really into the whole men versus women stuff. Like, I don't really care about that stuff. Really, I think it's dumb. Okay, my whole take on that is listen. Okay, if you're gonna trash men, all right, they're the only men you really have, so I think it's kind of dumb to trash them, okay? And just trash bad people. That's it. You don't need a T app to do that. And to be honest, unless you can find get some alien dick or some alien boobs, or you can go and make up a new species of people to go and breed with, then sure, okay? Like, then do that. But other than that, like, you gotta learn to live with it. That's my whole shtick about that, okay? Just call out bad people. And then we talked about, like, the other day, literally 2 days ago, we talked about the whole, Online Safety Act and how stupid it is because you literally have people doing it for the children, and it's like, that's not really how it works. Can't you use children as a shield? And even crazier is that when it comes down to it, even, like, just not that long ago, YouTube is apparently taking out, like, underaged, like on certain accounts under a certain age, they're like doing an AI or something like that, or gonna start testing it or rolling it out soon or whatever. You have like Australia's banning social media for like teenagers or something, which we covered a while ago, like way back. We covered that, but I guess it came full circle now, and it kind of feels like we're living literally in like a dystopia right now, where like the internet is censored and all that. But today, I just wanted to I reflect on it, but I kind of just want to like take relax and like chat with you guys. Well, talking to you, but talk to you about it. It's kind of crazy to me just because I feel like it's almost like 2025 has been like a speed run all the way to whatever the heck is going on. Because first, the year starts off with like, what is it, like Trump gets elected or something, and then all kinds of stuff. You get like tariffs going on, and you have people like panicking, okay? Then you have like global conflicts going on, which also has people spiraling out of control. They're like, oh God, this conflict, this and that. You had protests, all crazy stuff, and yet certain people giving their takes on it, and not all the takes were great. And what else has been happening? Oh God! Oh, there's the V Shoujo stuff, which I only know about this now because somebody sent it to me, and I was gonna do a longer video on V Shoujo, but that unfortunately has been put in the scrap bin because unfortunately for that video, I just didn't have the time to research it because that's a video I wanted to spend a bit more time on. Because if I'm gonna cover like V Shoujo or a company, I like to do it at the longest strength of time. So for me personally, whenever it's like a big topic like that, I try to give it a good maybe 40 minutes to an hour. That's the kind of length I try to go for those kind of videos, just because I like to go into the whole context. I don't just like to do 20 minutes here and 20 minutes that. I like to actually really show off how much I research and how much I can dig into it. So that video has been scrapped until the next big company or a big VTuber or something like that gets out of control or something. I don't know. And then what else also happened? I gotta remember like. We covered like some manhwa artists doing like getting getting caught for plagiarism, but that was like a tiny story I thought was interesting, so I just went over that. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. We talked about AI girlfriends and how crazy it got. So funny story about that actually. So a friend of mine, we actually tried it out to see how the AI girlfriend works because it turns out that you can actually you can download for free on your phone. So it's kind of weird. So we tried it out, and guess what? It was just as whack as you think it is. Like, when I mean it's just whack, I mean it is just whack. Like, it's just weird. It's weird. Okay? And what else also happened over the month? Oh, yeah, I got struck. Which, by the way, Dutton gets me more mad than getting a strike. Because when I get a strike, I have to go through all my content and realize what the hell was it. And by the way, it ended up being false, all right? Now, I don't know if I can ever find this individual, sadly. I don't know if the individual exists. But, yeah, so he fought back at that strike. I asked him to take it down. Didn't happen. That was stressful because strikes on your channel last for 90 days. And you don't want those to stack up because once it goes into like a spiral effect. Then it's kind of like, oh, you don't know what else could be struck, so you have to go through all your videos. Now, on average, the only time I'm really like very cautious about this stuff is with big companies, when I clip certain stuff. So like, for example, like you'll never see me clip a cartoon, for instance, because that's not very you know, you have to be very careful with that. That's why you never hear me playing like music. Never ever am I playing music, because music companies are so fast when it comes to that stuff. So I don't play that stuff. So yeah, that was pretty stressful. I'm not gonna lie. That was actually stressful, because all my days. And then the biggest one we also talked about, which probably was the biggest stuff for the month, was the Stop Killing Games, and just how crazy that has been. It actually just hit 1.4 million signatures, like as of today. It's the last day for Europeans to sign up, but you know, that's actually one of the good stuff that's in the right direction, and it shows that at the end of the day, even though people disagree with certain stuffs, at least 1.4 million, at least hopefully, until there's like the I like to call it the breakthrough, or like the break-off point, because there might be some false signatures, like 200,000 or something. You might have some bots in there, so you might mess with the movement. And so that's been really good. Okay, I know stuff like Pirate Software has been, what's it called, he's been losing subscribers or whatever. I don't really care about the guy that much. I did take a look into his code for Heartbound, and I got a heart attack looking at some of the code. I'm not a developer, obviously. I'm not, but still, I looked at it and I said, "What is that? What is that?" Even a junior dev could realize what the hell is going on with that. So yeah, he's been losing subscribers, whatever. But I'm not gonna add to the Pirate Software hate. I think there's been like more than enough videos on him. Like, there's been way more than enough. I mean, everyone's made a video about this guy. So I am more interested in the actual game itself that he was making, and you know, it looked like a pretty basic game, but you know, it is what it is. And what else has been happening over the month? There's one more thing I'm forgetting. Let me actually take a look right here. Oh yes, I also talked about YouTube cutting down on low effort content or something like that. And you know, it's kind of weird to me that they were cutting down now, because I made a video like a few months back about like why I believe AI slop like on YouTube needs to stop, because the biggest problem I had with it was just that people would always, it's like a speed run to monetization, okay? Because people would like spam, I don't know, Reddit stories, or spam some kind of AI art or something, and just keep going over and over and over again until they get subscribers, and then what do you know? People ended up getting you know, monetized, and that was it. But apparently there's been an end to that, so they're cutting down on it, all that fun stuff. So while YouTube was doing that, they also put in that they're also going to roll out that stupid like under 18 nonsense. And you know, my biggest issue with this whole, I'm gonna just call it the censorship era, I guess, or this whole like asking for ID to access parts, and this is weird because the internet has always been something that has been anonymous. So it's like you want anonymity because that's your best safety. Okay, you're anonymous means people can't find you, people don't know who you are. That's your safety, and people can't bother you. But the fact that they're asking for ID, doesn't really sit right with me. And it's not that they're doing it for like the most noblest reasons. They're doing it because, you know, I don't know, actually. I wish I knew. My theory is that they just want to control people. That's just me, okay? I don't know what else. Alright. I mean, when you really think about it too, it's like during like COVID-19 or something, like the amount of people that were like hysterical during that lockdown period was actually insane to me. Because you saw people sitting in the same car, okay? People who live in the same house, all wearing masks in the car. It's like, are you stupid? You could breathe the same air. If you were going to get infected, okay, you live in the same house, so you're going to get infected. So what is this coming from? So naturally, I was not very fond of that. Yeah. So it's just weird. And it's kind of like people are very easily like corralled nowadays, which is kind of like why I'm like, yeah. So anyways, it's been a pretty crazy month, and so I'm assuming the month of August isn't really going to be any lighter than this month of April. Just April. Whoa, that was weird. Month of July. Sorry. And like, even if I keep going back like more and more with like, even in June, like I'm looking at some of my videos and like, you know, there's like the Ethan Klein lawsuit. It just seems like nowadays the world is like turning upside down. You know what I mean? Like it's just going all over. Stuff's going like in all kinds of directions. And so I'm just sitting here, and at the end of the day, yeah, the reason why I am not really like so how you put it, so in despair or so black-pilled about the world. It's just because, to me, I am somebody who tries to, at least at best, appreciate like little parts of life. Even when everything is going down, I still try to get some appreciation in there. Because once you, for me, I'll speak only for myself, at least for me, once I start appreciating some other stuff, that's when I'm like, you know what? It could be so much worse. Actually, speaking of much worse, there was like some tsunami or something in Russia, or no, was it an earthquake and then a tsunami warning, something like that. Okay, that's been going on in Russia, so yeah, it could be so much worse. So like, economy's down, yes. Is it hard to get like work and stuff? Yes. Is it hard to rent? Yes. Is some aspects of life getting ridiculous? Yes. But when it comes down to it, though, I think some of us really could use like a break in between stuff. So like, for example, here, like if I go on Twitter right now or I go on like Reddit, you know what you're gonna see? You're gonna see a bunch of like politics everywhere. And I don't know about you guys, but politics, especially for me now, okay, politics for me now gets me very tired. Okay, and I try to stay somewhat in the know-how of what kind of policies are going on, just so I know what to expect, what kind of nonsense goes on. But to me, it's like at some point, like it gets just so tiring. And then you had like people making like that stink about the South Park episode. And I was just like, I don't watch South Park, so what do I know? Okay, what do I know? Okay, it's like it's just yeah. So that's why also on this channel you don't see me like posting every single day, because sometimes I am genuinely tired and I don't want to post a video, and sometimes I am just wanting to, I don't know, I just don't got nothing to say. Like, I'm the kind of person where it's like, if I got nothing to upload, I'm not gonna upload it. Like, I'm not gonna give you guys like a 10-minute video about something I don't care about that much. Every video that I try to make it with some level of care, some level of interest. Like, for example, I think my next video, no promises made, but next video I'm gonna look at the guy who is making like plastic gasoline or something like that. That's interesting to me. Okay, I know the internet, it's not like very viral or clip farming or all that, but it's something that's just interesting. Like, it's pretty cool. So I want to make a video about that stuff, because that's pretty interesting. Because I mean, like, imagine that ever becomes like mainstream. Like, imagine the oil companies being shambles. But anyways, yes, that's the next video I want to make. So regardless, I am just giving you guys this video because, I feel like it was nice to just, sit down and just chat instead of just giving you guys giving you guys information all the time. I mean, information is great, okay? But sometimes it's just good to, chat with your boy, I mean? Like, it's pretty chill, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at in terms of stuff. And, at the end of the day, guys, as long as you have like the ability to, I don't want to say fight, but the ability to, take in certain aspects, it's like the journey that really counts, not so much like destination. At least that's for me personally. Okay, so the reason why I won't to be too black-pilled in the world is just because I take a step back and just relax. Okay, detox. All right. So that's what I like to do. Especially nowadays. I mean, you just get bombarded with so much information. It's just all over the place. And the worst part is that if you have to deal with like misinformation, oh my days, that's the worst part. You have to go out of your way to research, and by the time you're probably done researching, it spreads. Crazy vibes. Anyways. So, hopefully you guys are all doing well. I just want to drop this video to, chat with you guys and see what's going on. And, yeah, so I will see you guys in the next video. So, ciao.